What's up, guys? It's Rob with NMS Visual Reviews. We're back with another review today. I want to talk about something super cool, which I think will benefit a lot of people doing things like reels and short form content. But before I do, if you haven't done it already, click the like button, click the subscribe button, click the share button, click the... A couple of things today. No, not a couple of things. So yeah, I won't waste too much of your guys' time. Before we get too long-winded, we're going to go ahead and get into it. Today we're going to be talking about the Godox RGB TL30 light. What is this exactly? I'll go ahead and unbox a little bit of this before I get into more details, so just kind of go over what all is in the box, which is actually a little bit more than I expected for the price. So let's open it up and I'll show you all these things. So number one, obviously the bag, that's pretty obvious, it's here. Go ahead and pull the light out. Oh my God, it's very secure. Okay, so in this bag we have some iron pads, so you can actually magnetize it to this light on the back sides. Okay? Stick to it. It's actually pretty strong. So you got 1, 2, 3 of these in case you lose one. And then it also has some Velcro pads with the sticky tape. So once again, this is not going anywhere. Sticky side, you can go ahead and stick one side of the Velcro to the light and the other one to maybe a wall or a door and get the light stuck to it even if you don't have magnets. So that's actually pretty well thought out. You also get this USB type A to USB-C charging cable. This light does charge with USB-C on one end here, and obviously you have your 1/4 inch thread on either end. There's an anti-slip sling, so it has a 1/4 inch adapter to it and you can just screw it into either end. Let's get into it. This is the Godox TL30. It is a 1-foot tube. It does have an internal battery with a runtime of 60 minutes approximately at full brightness at either end, 2700 or 6500 Kelvin. You also have green and magenta adjustment in the white mode, and of course you have any number of RGB color and adjustments. It has a CRI score of 97, TLCI of 99, so this light should be very color accurate, which is really great for its portable size. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn this light on here so you can see it. Just click and hold and get the power going. As you can see, it's probably pretty bright. It does have a good few effects, so they have different speeds on all of these. This is like a color chase, and it just basically has a level 1, 2, and 3 for each one of these. This is like a paparazzi mode, and again 1, 2, and 3. So you got pulsing here. This is also again 1, 2, and 3 on the speeds. This will give you a seizure. This will also give you a seizure. This is the lightning mode. Again, they all have 1, 2, and 3, so I don't go through too much of this, but I mean, these are pretty standard for the most part. A lot of these lights from many different brands come with a similar effect. The TV effect here, and this is a candle, fire, fireworks, cop cars, ambulance. No, that's ambulance. And then an SOS mode. This is of course your 2700 Kelvin all the way to 6500 with a green and magenta adjustment. So as you can see here, scrolling through that, definitely coming in very handy to match existing house fixtures. If you're doing lighting and you want this to kind of augment, you'll be able to get really close to matching that with an RGB tube or a green magenta adjustable white balance. And of course you have your RGB mode, which is your HSI standard mode here. I'm going through the hue. Now dimming seems to happen if you scroll quickly in 10% increments, and you can go down all the way to 1%. That is 1% here. So it actually is very dim, and it does have stepped adjustments in 1% increments if you go slowly. The Godox TL30 does have Bluetooth connectivity and does have an app called Godox Lite that it connected to pretty easily, which is super cool. A lot of lights now coming out with app control. It makes it really easy to kind of put this somewhere and be able to access the options remotely. I was able to change all the modes, HSI, quick change of the white balance, and of course dim and turn on and off remotely. So fairly comparable to other apps of different brands. On the website, Godox claims that this light puts out 740 lux. I'm not sure quite the distance because they don't specify, but I did want to compare it because I do have and own an Aputure MT Pro. So I will show you a couple of comparisons basically in brightness and colors to see how this stacks up against a very similar light. This is my Aputure MT Pro. I hope it's charged. So in comparison to an MT Pro, as you can see, they're almost identical in size. These are very similar lights, the main difference being the shape. This is a T12 tube, probably compatible with all of your old T12 holders for your bigger tubes. The MT Pro is kind of a half dome shape here. You can only kind of put it in 3 directions, kind of forward, facing up, or the opposite way. But it does have an extra 1/4 inch thread here that you can use, which can come in handy to rig this up. Now we'll go ahead and get into the lighting test so we can see the difference in brightness and color between these two lights. So now for the lighting part of this test, I wanted to go ahead and set up a stand 4 feet away from my face and only replace the spigot which it's on so you have the exact same distance. So I'll just go ahead and show you the difference. I want to go over the pros and cons of this light. One of the pros that I like, and some of the other lights have as well, is that you can set this down as an angle, and basically depending on which angle you set it to, it's about a, I don't know, 15 degree, 20 degree angle that you can adjust this. Also, the base is pretty solid, so you can set it up straight and you don't necessarily need a tripod or anything like that. The light will stand on its own. Another pro of this light is how bright it is. Right now I'm at a 1%, going all the way to 100. And as you can see, this is my 600D at 10%. So the Godox, as you can see, is pretty blindingly bright, especially this close. A lot of punch for this little light. That said, there are some cons. My main con being that, I don't know if you can see it on the camera now, but this does have segmented LEDs that you can see inside the tube. I'll actually move into a very dimmed position here on a blue color so you can actually see the individual LEDs. This could create segmented shadows on your subject if you're using it as a key light, and obviously it's not as soft as if this was a little bit more opaque in the front. So that's probably my biggest con with this light, that you can see the individual LEDs, especially if you want to put this at low power in your frame, you might be able to see each individual light on there. My next con, and it's not really a huge deal, is where the USB-C charging port is located. If, for example, say you wanted to put this in camera and you wanted to hide the charging cord, it would be sticking straight out of the side of the light. So that might become a problem for being able to use the light while it's charging, or be able to trick or charge while you're using it. The current street price of the Godox TL30 is $89.99 as of the time of this video. Very comparable to other lights in this class. Very comparable to other lights in this class, like the Aputure 2 6C, as well as maybe the Aputure MT Pro. Godox has been becoming more of a power player in the lighting space for prosumer and even professional products. Honestly, this is a welcome addition, just to basically have more options for us consumers. So I'm glad that this light is out there competing with other more established brands that we kind of know and love. All right, so in closing, guys, I would say that this light is definitely recommended if you're looking for something small, lightweight, very, very bright. As you can see by the test before, it's brighter than the MT Pro, which is more than double the price. Obviously, there's pros and cons to either light, but I would say this is definitely very worthy competition, and Godox definitely stepping it up in the lighting game. So it's definitely good for us consumers having more options available to us. That said, if you have any comments, questions, concerns, leave them down below. I'll be sure to try to get back with each and every one of you. Thank you so much for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.